What's up guys, Duriel Kame here, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about gut health, the importance of having a clean gut intestinal environment and how that impacts your energy. In front of me, I've got two different probiotics. This one is from, they're both actually from a company called Renew Life, which is pretty good in terms of probiotics and stuff. I'll talk about these specifically in a moment, but first of all, I want to talk about why it's important to have a good kind of microbiome inside your body. Your gut contains over 400 different types of microorganisms, but there are billions of bacteria in your gut. Now, the reason it's important is because your bacteria are the first real line of defense against invaders. They communicate with your immune system very closely. And if there is some kind of compromise in terms of the health of those bacteria in your gut, your immune system is severely compromised. The lining of your gut becomes compromised. Things can seep into your bloodstream that are not supposed to be there, and you end up developing all sorts of problems. So obviously, the more type of immune responses we have created inside our body, the more that's going to tax our energy, because our body is using all that energy to break down all these different immune complexes and deal with all this stuff going on. So we want to ensure that we have a healthy gut, healthy intestinal environment. One of the ways to do that is to eat more fermented foods, things like sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, all sorts of awesome fermented foods. Unfortunately, they're not as popular or as available as a lot of other foods. But if you can get more fermented foods into your body, they are probably the best way of ensuring you're getting good bacteria into your gut. The second and more convenient way, obviously, is to take a probiotic. Now, when you're looking for a probiotic, there's a couple things you want to look for. This one here has 50 billion CFU, which is colony forming units per capsule. So if I take one of these bad boys out, in here are 50 billion bacteria. Now, you don't just want one strain of bacteria, you want multiple strains, because that's the key to a healthy gut environment, is this kind of array of different bacteria. So in this particular probiotic, I believe there are 10 different strains. Now that's good. That's obviously better than a probiotic that has one strain. So you've probably heard of acidophilus, lactobacillus, bifidum, stuff like that. You want to ensure that you have a good array of bacteria to choose from, okay? Now this is kind of like a critical care adult version, 50 billion. If you're just starting off with probiotics, you want to be looking at, I would say 50 billion for about a week, and then you can taper down to 10 to 20 billion on an ongoing basis. This one here is actually what we give our kids. This contains 5 different strains, and it has 4 billion CFU, 1.2, 1 billion, 800 million. So I guess combined, there's probably about 7 billion CFU in a 1 gram serving here. So this is great. You know, we just add it to some water, give it to our kids in their sippy cups or kind of just in water, and they really enjoy that. And so again, it's really important. The reason probiotics are important, guys, is because we live in an insanely clean world. Antibacterial soaps, excessively clean environments, this non-stop washing because we're scared of germs, all of that stuff is degrading the health of our microbiome. And as a result, we're seeing more immune problems, more health problems, and that's not a good thing. There's been studies that have shown in Eastern Europe where people who were brought up in villages had much greater immune strength than people and kids specifically brought up in cities. So in terms of immune system development, in terms of lower allergies, lower sickness, it's really important to get out. If you're young, if you have kids, let them play in the dirt, let them get dirty. Don't worry about washing them with soap all the time. And look at, adding in a good probiotic into your diet as well as to that of your kids. So I hope this has found you well. If you're not already using probiotics, I'd highly recommend. Obviously, there's lots of different brands out there. The key is to look for, a good number. This one has 50 billion, a good number of strains. Try some different ones out. Are you gonna really feel any difference? I don't necessarily feel a big difference, but I know that it's doing good for my body. So there's a little bit of blind faith, but I think it's all for good. So anyways, try it out if you aren't already, and let me know what you think below the video. I'll see you in the next one.